Hey guys, we are in the basement, and today I want to talk about a game. Well, actually, it's a pinball machine that was designed by Pat Lawlor. You know, who's Pat Lawlor, you say? Well, Pat Lawlor, to me, is kind of like the Miyamoto of pinball. You know, this guy has designed some of the greatest and best-selling pinball machines ever. In fact, he designed the #1 selling pinball machine of all time, which is the Addams Family, and I think he did the second, too, which is Twilight Zone. Pat Lawlor also did Funhouse and Whirlwind. He also did Banzai Run and Earthshaker, and later for Stern he did The Family Guy. So he's done a lot of hot pinball machines, and No Good Gofers is one of those. And actually, No Good Gofers is the last pinball machine that he did for Williams. I guess you could say he kind of worked on Revenge from Mars, but this is actually the last game that he got full credit for that he released with Williams. I know he's also working on Wizard Blocks, which never got finished, but this is his last commercial release by Williams. Williams, of course, was like, they were the powerhouse back in the 90s and 80s and 70s and 60s. You know, it was Bally and Williams and Gottlieb. You know, those were the three major pinball companies, and Williams sadly closed its doors around 2000. They're actually still open today making slot machines, but you know, as far as pinball machines went, they made Revenge from Mars and then Star Wars, and then they shut their doors. Revenge from Mars is of course a Pinball 2000 type game, which projects an image onto the playfield, and No Good Gofers is not. It's a traditional pinball machine. It came out in 1997, and it has this kind of Caddyshack golf theme. It's actually a lot of fun, and basically how the game works, let me kind of get in here, is you're essentially playing a round of golf. You're playing 9 holes, and if you look down here on the playfield, it shows you which hole that you're on, okay? And so how do you putt out? So when you're on hole 1, what's going to happen is these drive lights are going to light up, and every time you hit a drive, you know, it's going to tell you where to hit the ball. So if this one's lit, you have to hit it down this lane here, and if you do that, your par or your score goes down, and you start out with 7 strokes. So every time you hit a drive, it goes down. So if I hit a drive, the drive target, then it goes to 6, then it goes to 5 and 4, and eventually you're going to be able to putt out back here in the putting green. I don't know if you can see that, but the putting green is back here. And also what's happening is Gofers are taunting you the entire time. And as you're playing the game, Gofers are going to pop up back here, and they're just going to annoy the shit out of you. And a lot of people actually don't like this game because of that, but I actually love it because it's funny. And so these gopher heads pop out, and they're going to start taunting you. And the Gofers are actually how you get multi-ball. And how it works is, at least the first time around, a gopher's going to pop up on the left side. And if you hit him, he then goes down, and which leaves a hole for you to hit the ball into to lock the first ball. And then he'll pop up again. Actually, you have to go up the ramp here to make him pop up. And then when he pops up again, you hit him in the face, and then the other gopher goes down, and you hit the ball behind him. Now you have the second ball locked. And then the third ball is locked back here in the putting green, which then starts multi-ball. So when we get into the gameplay, I can kind of go into more detail and show you how that works. Another feature of this game is the slam ramp, if you can see that right there. And some people say that this is one of the greatest shots in pinball, and the shot is when the slam ramp goes down, you're going to hit the ball from the flipper. It's going to go up the ramp, and if you can see here, there's actually a top playfield on this. See that right there, that clear plexi? There's actually an upper level, and back here in this hole, if you get the ball into that hole, so you're going to go up the ramp, it's going to fly onto the upper playfield, and it's going to go into this hole, and then you then get a hole-in-one. And it's a really hard shot, and if you actually do a search for Bowen Wilson, I believe is his name. I think I'm saying that right. He did a video showing it, and you know, some of these guys can just do that hole-in-one shot over and over and over and over and again. It actually takes a lot of skill to hit that ball off the left flipper at just the right angle to hit that ramp and then get a hole-in-one. So another feature of the game is the spinner. And just like Whirlwind, you know, Whirlwind actually has a spinner too. Actually, it's 3 spinners. So when you get Whirlwind going, these things spin, and if the ball hits it, it kind of throws it in all kinds of directions. What they did in this game, though, is that the spinner does mess with the ball. However, there's also kind of like a roulette wheel to it. So in certain modes, if the spinner stops at this arrow, you then get the award, and you get all kinds of quick multi-balls and other kind of awards like that, or bonus points. Excuse me. So anyway, let me take the glass off, and I'll show you how No Good Gofers plays. Okay, we have the tripod all set up here, and hopefully this is a good viewing angle. It's a little tricky to film pinball machines, but I think this should work. Alright, so let's start the game, and the thing is, with all pinball machines, you need to know what the skill shot is, because all late model pins have a skill shot. You don't want to just hit the plunger like a madman. You want to actually figure out the skill shot, and you can actually get a lot of points right off the bat. And the skill shot on this one is actually pretty easy here. It says skill shot, and what you want to do is you want to lightly plunge the ball into this target here. There's a bank of targets. You want to hit one of those targets to get the skill shot. So let's give it a shot. And we did. So we got the skill shot there. And we got a quick, I think, 500,000 points for that. Alright, so now we have the ball here, and what I want to do is I want to lock the ball, because we want to get multi-ball. And you lock the ball. See back here it says raise gopher. So what you want to do is you want to go up the ramp, and after you do that, the gopher's going to pop out. Then you have to hit him in the face, and then he'll go down, and then you lock the ball behind him. And also we want to pay attention to the drives, because every time we hit a drive, our score goes down on this hole. And right now we're at a 7, which isn't very good. So we want to put out with a 2 or a hole in 1, which we get up there. All right, so let's try to lock the first ball here. So we went up the ramp, and the gopher came up. Now we have to hit him in the face, and I just drove right there, and shit. Alright, let's try it again. So you can see we have the gopher up back there. I want to hit him in the face and get him down so I can lock the first ball. And also, every time you hit the gophers in the face, the game will will go down a stroke. There's actually 2 ways. Alright, so we hit the gopher in the face, and he went down. Now we want to try to lock the first ball, and I just putted out, by the way, the putting green. You can actually hit it from the front or the back. I hit it from the back. And right now we have the spinner going, and we're going to stop it with the flippers, and I got bad shot, which is actually lame, so I get an extra, I lose a stroke on this hole. Alright, so there you go. So we just locked the first ball back there. Now we're going to try to lock the second ball. We lock the second ball again by raising the gopher, which is going to raise this gopher, and then hit him in the face, and then hit the ball behind him. And I just putted out 6 strokes. That sucks. But we just finished the second hole there. Now Bud is choosing, and we get... You can see the slam ramp went down right there. And we got to try to hit that gopher in the face. Before the green. And we're not doing this here. Alright, let's try to hit him in the face. Alright, we got him in the face. So let's try to lock the second ball here. This game actually has a lot of flow for a Pat Lawlor game. Pat Lawlor games are usually stop and go. This is a fast game. It's almost like a Steve Ritchie pinball machine or something, but I know in an interview, Pat Lawlor considers this his fastest game. I'm going to cheat right now. There we go. We just locked the second ball. Alright, so it says now ball 2 locked. And now I need to shoot the putting green to start multi-ball, and that shouldn't be too hard to do. So let's go ahead. The multi-ball is actually pretty satisfying in this game. Really cool light show. Alright, so we're holding the ball on the left flipper here, and let's get it into the putting green. There we go. So now we're starting the multi-ball, and look at the lights. It's really cool, actually. There's a 1,000,000-point shot back here. If I can get up that back ramp, actually, it's not letting me. Huh. A lot of times you can get the multi-ball back, you hit the green after the second ball comes down. Anyway, so that's my third ball. I don't think I got an extra ball there. So I think you get the idea. That is No Good Gofers. Really fun game. A lot of fun. I love the animations. I love the Gofers. Lots of cool toys in it. There's a little golf cart back here you can hit for a target. Of course, the spinner. You got the slam ramp. This right here is actually neat. This is a Newton's cradle. You see this ball in the front? That ball is actually like glued to the playfield, and when you hit it with a ball, it kind of vibrates and causes the captive ball behind it to move forward. It's actually a cool little feature. The game has a lot of good flashers, a lot of good light show, really good game overall. I'm really happy that I purchased No Good Gofers. Cool game. Anyway, there you guys have it. That's No Good Gofers. Thanks for subscribing to my little YouTube channel. Of course, check out johnsarcade.com. You know, there's a forum there now. So if you want to get a hold of me, or if you just want to talk about this stuff, go to johnsarcade.com and join that forum. All right, guys, we'll see you around. Take care.